Hello, my name is Nathaniel Bryant. I'm with HPU University's Chapel, talking about God on purpose. And to kind of lead us into this discussion, I'd like to pay attention and focus on looking to Jesus and talking about submission and surrender. Because for a lot of students like us, we're always trying to figure out our purpose. We're in this new place. We have a lot on our plates, and we're trying to figure out what's our purpose. How do I use what God's, how do I use my talents to help serve God? What do I do? How do I know if I'm even in the right classes or major? And it's pretty daunting to think about, but if I can give you any comfort, I could say that the truth is, if it was up to you to figure it out, you probably would have already done it already. And that kind of points back to the theme of submission and surrender. Because for us, if I want to see how to fulfill my purpose, like all things, it's important to look to Jesus because he modeled perfectly that example. And as we begin to look at him, we get to see that the life he lived and the purpose he was able to come and accomplish was brought more into fruition by his submission to the Father. It wasn't about his will, it's about his Father's will. We get to see this in Matthew chapter 26, verse 39, where he talks about, Lord, not my will, but yours be done, in reference to going to the cross, which is one of those major purposes that he came here to accomplish. And so for me, I learned that my purpose isn't about me going out and getting a task from God and going and doing it all on my own and using my skills to the best of my ability. But for me, I'm in game design. I don't know how I was going to use all of those talents for God. But as I began to surrender my life to him and surrender my talents and what I had, the Lord gave me a heart to love and serve others and for ministry. And I learned that the way that I serve others as a Christian isn't just evident in where I am. And I began to see that my talents and my major and my classes were only expressions of my ministry and my devotion to Christ. And a lot of that comes for us in surrendering what we want most and sacrificing that for the Lord. Because more than being interested in our talents, he's more concerned with our hearts. Because I was someone where I thought my talents is what defined my purpose. And that led me astray and led me all over the place. And I began to find my worth and my value, and I was bankrupted every time. But when I came back to the position of finding it in Christ, I was able to see my purpose in life and what God wanted me to fulfill and accomplish. And my prayer for you is that you would begin to also look into the Word and look at Jesus and see more about what it means to submit and surrender daily, and figure out that the purpose is not about how much I can do with all of my skills and talents, but how much I come in submission into what he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish. And that's my hope and prayer for you.